What is up, guys? I know, it's been a while. Before I get to my very late review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and more reviews upcoming, I just want to explain why it's been so long since I uploaded my last video. It is because I actually have a job working on set of this show called La Brea. I'm part of the crew of this show. I am a location assistant. If you have seen the show, let me know in the comments below what you think of the show. I think it's a cool show, so we're working on season 2 right now, and it's a very exciting job. I just want to say to the people who got me this job, thank you so much for getting me into that group. I really enjoy working with you guys. You guys have been amazing, and honestly, it's just been amazing. It's my dream to work in an industry, and it actually happened. So, since that actually happened, I haven't been uploading videos in a very long time, so I'm trying to basically try and balance work and movie reviews. So there's going to be some changes with my movie reviews. First of all, yes, my background has changed. I'm officially not going to use the green screen anymore because usually I use the green screen during the day, and since I'm working a lot, I always come back at night. So you're going to see most of these reviews at night, and I don't have the proper green screen equipment. So we're going back to the old background. I'm very sorry that you like the green screen a lot. I do too, but if I want my channel to keep on going, I have to make some changes. And at night, the green screen looks pretty bad without the proper equipment. I honestly don't mind this background. This is a good background for me. I'm honestly fine with it. So this might be the background for the rest of 2022. But, guys, I still want to do movie reviews, and I got so many more movie reviews to do. Just, I'm balancing work with movie reviewing, so for now, I'm going to use this background for now. So, I am back, let's review some movies, and of course, this is probably the most late review that I've ever reviewed. Let's get into it. What is up, guys and MCU fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is Olsen, and today I'm going to review the latest big movie that came out in 2022. It's finally here, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. This movie is directed by Sam Rami, and this movie stars Benedict, Benedict Wong, Elizabeth Olsen, Rachel McAdams, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. Now, before I get to my review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, of course this review is going to be completely spoiler-free. Yes, even though this movie has been out for quite a while and this is a very late review, for people who still haven't seen this movie, you guys are still safe with me. This is a non-spoiler review, and of course I will do a spoiler review, a very late spoiler review this weekend, because there's a lot of things in this movie I really want to talk about in full detail. But for now, this is just my initial thoughts on the movie, so you guys are safe with me. Dr. Stephen Strange casts a forbidden spell that opens a portal to the multiverse. However, a threat emerges that may be too big for his team to handle. Now, of course, I was anticipating for this film. This is one of my most anticipated films of 2022. Ever since No Way Home came out, I get more excited for this movie. But one of the things I'm very excited about this movie is that Sam Raimi is directing this movie. I am a fan of Sam Raimi. I love the Evil Dead movies. I love the Spider-Man trilogy. He is such a talented filmmaker that has his own originality with his film styles. I think Sam Raimi is a great filmmaker. So of course, him in the MCU, I was very pumped, especially Danny Elfman as well doing the score in this movie, collaborating once again with the Spider-Man movies with Sam Raimi. I was just so pumped for this film. Like when the news came out that he is trying to make this movie sort of a horror film, I was very, very interested. The trailers of this film are so mind-blowing. Some of the most intense MCU trailers that I've seen. I was excited for this movie ever since. So of course, I was anticipating for this film. Now, finally, this movie has finally arrived. Now, what do I think of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? Does this movie blow me away? Is this the best MCU film in recent times? No. I wouldn't say this movie was great. But I still enjoyed the film. There is a lot to like in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But if I can be completely biased here and honest, I wish this film could have been so much better. But let's start talking about the things I really enjoyed in this movie, and there are quite a lot. I think the cast in this movie is fantastic. Benedict Cumberbatch is still great as Doctor Strange. I loved him since the 2016 film, which I enjoyed. I think Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job in this movie. He really provides his performance in this film, and it makes me love Doctor Strange as a character even more. And Benedict Cumberbatch, I think he just gets better and better as this character of Doctor Strange. I feel like in the first one, he's much too serious. This film, he does have a sense of charm into him, and I think Benedict Cumberbatch does a great job in this role. Benedict Wong as Wong, I loved him in this film. I think he's one of the most underrated characters in the MCU. If there's like a Disney Plus series about this character, I am in, because I thought Wong is a really cool character and we get to explore him more in this film, and I think his chemistry with Doctor Strange was really great in the film. The new character, America Chavez, I really liked her in this film. I don't think she's the best character in the MCU, but this is a good introduction to her character. I thought her character was really cool in the movie. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil what her character is because it could get into the spoiler territory. I'll explain more in the spoiler review, but I'll say the girl who played her does a great job in this film. Even Rachel McAdams does a great job in this film also, but I would say the person that completely stood out in this movie, without spoiling, is Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda. Man, she is great in this film. This is definitely the best performance that I've seen Elizabeth Olsen in. She is so fantastic in this movie, and her motivation in the film, you do get it throughout the film. You get her character in this film, and she does have a great chemistry with Stephen Strange in this film. She does a really great performance in this film. The thing that actually really stood out in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is Sam Raimi's direction. The horror elements. This is a horror film, ladies and gentlemen. There are some scares in this film, and you can really tell when you watch this movie, this is a Sam Raimi film in a good way. His style is there in this movie. This is his film. It doesn't feel like an MCU film at all, actually. It felt like a Sam Raimi film. I love the direction he takes with this film. I love the cinematography and the shots that he does in this film. It makes me love Sam Raimi as a director even more. And especially for this type of film, I think it works for Sam Raimi, and he does a really great job in the film. The action scenes are a lot of fun in this film. Not as memorable as some of the other MCU films, but there are some really cool action in this film, and there are some really cool creative scenes that they put into this film. From start to finish, this film is very, very entertaining, but that's the thing. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness could have been, in my opinion, a bit better, especially when it comes to the storyline in this film. I honestly think it was a mess. There are some elements of the film where I'm like, okay, this could have gave more explanation, or at least make it more sense, because there are some elements in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness where I'm like, okay, I feel like the style is taking over more than its screenplay. And the screenplay is the most important thing about a film. And this film just didn't do that well for me, in my opinion. The multiverse elements, without spoiling it, isn't as investing or as interesting as I want it to be. If you guys are expecting, like, cameos, a lot of cameos in this film, without spoiling it, you know, some people are making a lot of predictions about this film, please don't get your hopes up. Are there cameos in this movie? Absolutely. There are some cameos in the film, and they are great. But I wouldn't get your hopes up of all the predictions that you predicted in this film. Also, this film was pretty rushed, and also very slow at the same time. There are some bits where this film gets very, very slow, and there are some bits that get a little bit too rushed, especially towards the third act of this movie. I honestly expected this film to be much more better than it actually is. Like, after the events of No Way Home, I'm like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see what the multiverse, like, provides. And this movie doesn't make it as interesting as I wanted it to be than No Way Home does. So I would say No Way Home did a better job than Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. But, guys, overall, I still enjoyed Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I think the thing that stood out in this film is Sam Raimi. His direction, the horror elements of the film, the action, the way he shot the film is fantastic. There are some really cool scenes in this film. The cast in this movie overall does a really great job in this film, especially Benedict Cumberbatch and Elizabeth Olsen. Those two really stood out for me. I highly recommend still watch Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Just, I would say don't get your hopes up with some of your predictions in the movie, because this is still a Doctor Strange story movie. It's not all about the multiverse. But I'll be completely honest, I wish this movie could have been at least a bit better than it actually is. And I am going to give Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness a B-. So guys, that is my review, spoiler-free review for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Let me know what you think of this movie in the comments below. Do you like this film, hate this film, or you thought it's okay? And my spoiler review will come very, very soon. My late spoiler review will come very, very soon for this movie this weekend. There's a lot of things I really want to explain in my spoiler review, so look forward to that, and more reviews are coming very, very soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below: Facebook, Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notified for more movie reviews and other movie related content, and have a nice day.